Hello, my name is Semi Fernandez.
And I'm Elle Haynes, and you're watching the Clarion Broadcast.
Today, we are joined by Vikman Tome, who will start us off with some up-and-coming sports events. Vikman?
Thank you, Sammy. Today, the Citrus men's soccer team will be facing College DeCanch at 3 p.m. at the College Stadium. On Saturday, the 27th, the men's water polo team will be going against Mount Sac at 9 a.m. at Mount Sac. And the Owls football team has a game against San Bernardino Valley College at 1 p.m. at the Citrus College football field. Here's a list of some more of the upcoming games. And if you want to show support for the Owls, make sure you attend one of the games.
This semester, Citrus history professor Bruce Solheim introduced an interesting course that mixes personal experiences and the paranormal. During an interview, I get to find out more about this class and the reason behind him teaching it.
Well, it started with the book that you see there, Timeless, A Paranormal Personal History. And then I thought it would be fun to teach a community education course. And so I thought I would give it a try. And I was kind of surprised that the college let me do it, because there's never been anything like this here. And in fact, there probably in the whole country, I was told there's only about maybe 4 or 5 colleges that have a paranormal course. So I was pretty lucky. I think it was almost paranormal in itself that we even got to do the course. The purpose of the class is it's a paranormal personal history class. So the main purpose is for people to share their stories in a safe environment, and then I help them kind of understand the different paranormal things like seeing ghosts and angels and demons and telekinesis, which is the movement of things with your mind, and telepathy, reading minds, and remote viewing, which is like clairvoyance, where you know something that's going on that you can't see, maybe halfway across the world. And so I explain what all those things are, and then I have like a theory of why it's working. And so it kind of gives them a framework to understand their experiences, and then we can share. We've had guest speakers. We had the leading psychic researcher in the world. He did a Skype conference with us. I thought maybe if I was lucky, I'd get like 20 students or something. And I got 35. And I could have probably had 100 students because there are a lot of people on the waiting list too. So I've decided I'm going to do it every semester. People who have these experiences, and more people have them than you'd think, because since I've come out with the book and teaching the class, people come up to me and they feel like it's okay for them to tell me their story, which I think is great because they feel like I'm a safe person. I'm not going to make fun of them, which is what the class does. It gives you a very safe forum to tell your story and try to figure out, what is going on. And that's what we do. My first experience was when I was 4 years old, and I think it just kind of opened up the floodgates for the paranormal. So I've just always thought that it was not paranormal, that it was normal. And I thought it was normal that you hear people that have passed on, and you see angels and stuff like that. So I just always thought it was normal, but I knew that a lot of people didn't, so I had to kind of keep quiet about it. The word paranormal is, I really say it's normal. I think that it's actually something that connects everybody, all cultures, all around the world. We all people have seen ghosts and have spoken to dead relatives and things like that. I mean, that's something that has gone on since human beings have been around in every culture. So it really unites us more than divides us, and I think that's the good part of studying these kinds of things. Live fearlessly, because we're timeless. That's the idea.
In celebration of Halloween, Dr. Solheim is taking his students to Pinnacle Peak Steakhouse at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, October the 30th. You can get a peek of the event during the next Clarion broadcast.
In light of the festivities, there are issues regarding immigration that need to be addressed. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's presence have become more prominent these past few months. Because of this, people have had to live in fear of deportation throughout the country. This includes some Citrus College students. In a campus question video, the Clarion asked students how they were to feel if ICE showed up on campus.
Well, I feel like I would be attacked because, I look Mexican. I am Mexican. So I think I would be interrogated, and I think that's kind of like bad, It's ruining the vibe of that campus. You're supposed to feel safe in campus, and I don't think you wouldn't feel safe in school. That's how I see it.
I would feel very uncomfortable. I have quite a few friends who are here as immigrants. One of my best friends is here from Iraq, so it kind of would scare me. I mean, she's legal, but, it would just be very uncomfortable. And I don't know, I would feel like this is a place that I'm supposed to be safe, and if my friends are feeling, attacked, it wouldn't be good. I would feel upset.
Well, personally, I would feel that it'd be a violation of my civil liberty, and I, as a Mexican Salvadoran American student, it does bring a bit of fear into my daily routine because, my mother and father were both immigrants and they came here from different countries and it wasn't very easy for them to get here. And I feel that to have such a, such progress taken from you to like be deported back, after so much effort to get here to make a better life for yourself, I feel that no one should have to go through that fear, and I would feel for those people who would have to deal with that.
I'd feel like my safety was compromised. Although I'm not illegal, I know many people who are, and I wouldn't feel very safe on a campus where people are being taken away. And on top of that, I just feel like it's unfair that they'd have to be taken away in a place that they should feel safe.
My ancestry, like I have native blood in me, like from northern Mexico, and I identify with Mexican culture. Now, that's the thing though, it's like, but I share, a strong part of me is very native at heart, and I feel like that part of me feels that it's an injustice, for example, that so many of the people that used to live on this continent and many of the people that were cleared out and genocided that is not recognized, that their descendants are being considered second-class citizens or not part of this country. I think it's an ugly thing because this country was founded on the idea that in America is something that's built up by the component parts, by people of all over the world coming together and find new idea of prosperity, of union, of hope. And I think that in what ICE is doing, and in for them to make the students feel threatened or like some harm might come to them, or that this isn't a safe place because it's a place of education and we come here to better ourselves. And for it to be made an unsafe place and for people to feel fear and to feel something like that when they're putting their whole effort, not only into making this country great, but making themselves great and everybody getting ahead, that they're seen as an outsider, that they're seen as a foreigner, as somebody who's gonna come and leech and do all the most horrible just because they come from another country. I notice the same thing happening in Europe right now with a lot of the people that are coming in from the war-torn areas of the Middle East. A lot of those wars and instability in those countries were caused by the same countries that are now bemoaning the fact that they have to deal with the fact that they stole the economic prosperity and futures of those people. And now that they're in desperation and they're wanting to feed their families and get a better life, they're being seen as outsiders, they're being shunned. And it seems to me a total hypocrisy because so many of the Western democracies, so many of the countries that we live in, especially this one that we live in right now, pays a lot of lip service to the idea that we're a free society and that we treat everybody equally. Yet whenever it's in the course of history, a new social group or immigrant group that comes in, it's immediately targeted and attacked.
We are here with Natalie Mullins, who will update you on activities happening on campus. Natalie?
Thank you, Sammy. This weekend, the Hop Performing Arts Center is hosting Show Tunes Cabaret at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturday, the 27th, and at 2 p.m. again on Sunday, the 28th. Tickets are $20 at Citrus College box office for those that want to go. The mobile food pantry will be back this semester at 9 a.m. on November 5th in the Campus Center Mall. If you need help with groceries, student volunteers will give out free produce for anyone that can show their Citrus College ID. That's all for now. Back to you.
This concludes our Clarion broadcast. Thank you all for watching. I'm Elle Haynes.
And I'm Sammy Fernandez. Make sure to tune in on November 9th for the next Clarion broadcast. Thank you.